Welcome back everybody, Dan here for Sim Racing Source. Thanks so much for joining in for today's video. So what do we have here? We have a box. So obviously we're going to be opening something up here. So I am feeling a little bit under the weather today. I did come up with some kind of cold. I sound very, very weird to myself, so I'm sure I probably sound weird to you guys as well. But I did just get my Sim Lab stuff in. So I wanted to go ahead and open it. I didn't want to wait until I felt better or until my voice sounded better or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So bear with the way my voice sounds. Bear with the way my voice sounds. But yeah, so the reason why I am making this video is because this is not the first product that I've purchased from Sim Lab. Actually, behind the camera over there, I have the very first product that I bought from them, which was the triple monitor stand. And I got it in black. And I've had it for, I'm guessing, about a year, maybe a little more. And the product itself was fantastic. The stand itself has been very solid. It's been a really great piece of equipment, but the way that they packaged it was not that great. Just gonna give it to you guys straight. And this, at one time, was a pretty common problem with Sim Lab, is their equipment was great, but the shipping packaging was not that good. And that's the experience I had initially. Everything that was in the box for my triple monitor stand was like really loose in the box. It was bouncing all around. And if you can tell by the look of these boxes here, well, I've got two boxes. One I'll bring in from off camera here in a moment, but UPS and shipping and stuff, they're not really gentle with these boxes. So to have loose pieces of equipment in there, it bangs around. And I'm looking at the monitor stand behind the camera. There were definitely some scratches and some issues with the first thing that I had. And it was also missing some vital parts. Now I reached out to them and they quickly sent me the stuff that I was missing, but it's just stuff that you don't really want to have to deal with when you're already waiting like several weeks to get parts. So, to be honest with you guys, initially I was not going to buy something else from Sim Lab because I didn't want to take the chance. But recently, the last few months or so, I've been seeing a lot of reviews where people have been saying that their packaging is much different. So, you know, I wanted to kind of find out if it was. So I haven't obviously opened these guys. And again, that long-winded intro is just to kind of say that the reason behind this video is to open these boxes with you guys so you get my initial impression on whether or not I feel like the packaging is better than it was before. So yeah, so this is my Sim Lab rig. We're gonna get into these boxes and I'll kind of just talk to you as we go and let you know if the packaging is better or the same, and you'll get my honest to goodness truth as we open the boxes. The only other thing I want to mention is I'm not going to do a build of this on the channel. I'm not going to put it together on the channel because there is already a fantastic guide or a fantastic build on YouTube on putting this cockpit together. And that is with Barry from over at Sim Racing Garage. And it really doesn't make any sense for me to try to redo the same thing. He did a fantastic job. Chances are I couldn't do it better than him. He's really good at putting stuff together. And to be completely honest with you, I am probably going to be referencing his video as I put this together off camera. So if you want to know how to put this together, I will actually link his video down below, the one that I'll be watching when I put this together. I hope that's all right. But now what we're going to do is we're going to dive into this and see what these boxes look like. I want to check and make sure this is kind of in the center of the camera, and it looks like it's close enough. So I don't remember if the box before had these on it, which are these really stiff metal packaging things. I don't even know what they're called. I don't think it did, but that's one thing I already see is that this has got these really tight metal strips holding the box from falling apart. So that's one plus that I don't think it had last time. It's got plenty of tape as well. There we go. Sorry if I bump my mic here. I've got the lapel mic right here, and I may bump it by accident. Do apologize if I do that. So yeah, so that's pretty good. All right, and now I'm going to take my blade here and try not to cut myself or the products in the box. By the way, I don't know if I said, I think a lot of you already know, but this is a GT1 Evo, Sim Lab GT1 Evo cockpit. I've got 2 boxes. I'm assuming everything is in these 2 boxes. According to UPS, I have been shipped everything I'm going to get. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, so as I have heard, it does appear that this stuff is packaged. I mean, at first glance, I can tell it's packaged way better than it was before. Not only did it have these metal strips on the outside of the box, it also has it holding the internals of the containers of these parts together too, which is great because I don't think these are going to move here. This is pretty solid. So let's pull this out. If you've never used this 80/20 stuff, it's super heavy duty. It's like industrial strength stuff. And it's super heavy duty and it works really good. That's why it makes such good rigs and such good monitor stands and things like that. Let me just check and make sure. Yeah, we're still rolling. Sometimes I hit the button in my pocket by accident. Again, this is not going to be a heavily edited video, guys, or anything. This is just going to be kind of off the cuff. So look, hopefully you can see this. Hopefully that will zoom in enough, or not zoom in, but hopefully it will focus enough. But this is put together way better than the monitor stand. In the monitor stand box, things were moving around, stuff was separated, it got scratched up. This is tightly packaged. There is no way, it's got all kind of bubble wrap. Everything is, you know, you can't even separate it unless I actually break these off, which now that I'm looking at it, since I don't know if I'm gonna build it tonight or not, I may actually not cut these, but look, you still get the idea here. Very tightly packaged. I'm gonna flip it over. Way better packaging than the monitor stand. So they get an A+ for this. They've gained my trust back. As far as if everything is in there, I assume it is. I won't know for sure whether or not I take it apart, but I'm assuming this is the main components of the chassis itself. So yeah, that is pretty solid. So I'm gonna slide this one out of the way. Let me get the other box. The other box is the other one, actually, you can see that over there. The other box is the one that I'm a little more concerned with because it sounds a little more loose when I move it back and forth. So let's get it over here. Make sure we have the right side up. Yep. All right, so let's make sure that's in the middle there or somewhere close to the middle. As you can see here again with this box, it's got these metal strips on the outside, which the monitor stand, like I said, didn't have those. So let's cut these open here. Now I ordered the GT1 Evo, and I also ordered an additional bracket that's supposed to support the shifter mount, because according to everybody else that I heard or saw videos and talked to about this, the weak point of this rig is the shifter mount. It doesn't have a piece on the rear to kind of hold that lateral support. So I ordered an additional part that's supposed to be in one of these boxes, and that's supposed to help out with that. So, oh, and before I do this, let me see if you can hear this. See, that sounds a little more loose, doesn't it? So that's what gets me worried. That's what the triple monitor stand sounded like when I opened that box. So let's see what we have here. Sorry if that is super loud. That's probably really obnoxious. There we go. All right, so what do we have here in this box? Oh, pulling my wires. So I want to make sure you can kind of somewhat see this. So a lot of bubble wrap. Things in here are not as tightly wound up. They can definitely move around, as you can see. But there's still a lot of bubble wrap in here, so it does look like if stuff was going to move around, it wouldn't go too far, which is nice. I would like to see it more tightly packaged up, but this is still pretty good. The main components in the big box were very tight. So I'm guessing this is going to be maybe the additional mount. I'm not 100% sure. So we'll move that out of the way. Yeah, so here we go. So this and this, I believe, is going to be what comes if you order the extra mounting point with it, which I do recommend if you decide to get the GT Evo cockpit, because you're going to want that extra support, and it's nice to have additional places to put stuff on. Again, once I build this thing and get some time using it, guys, I'll do a, I'll do an actual review, tell you what I think about it and stuff like that. But for now, we're just kind of opening the box. That sounds like a lot of stuff that you use to bolt things together. And it is, wow. So these I've used before. These kind of go on the corner brackets to make it look prettier. So again, this stuff is kind of loosely packaged in here, but it's nothing but a bunch of bolts and stuff. My assumption is that there's enough of them. I've got some washers here. More metal brackets. Oh, be careful, don't lose anything. Yeah, so like basically in here is a bunch of nuts and bolts and then the little specialty mounts that you use to bolt this 80/20 stuff together. Oh, what's this? Sorry for all the noise. This is going to be the pedal plate. I'm sorry, the wheel deck, not the pedal plate. So yeah, so here is, this is the wheel deck. It's lighter than I thought it was going to be. I mean, it still feels heavy duty, but it's definitely much lighter than I expected it to be. But I mean, it's a wheel deck, so as long as the rig is solid, that's all good. Let's carefully move this out of the way because there's one more thing down in the bottom here. I don't see directions. That's one thing I don't see, which there wasn't any directions in the triple monitor stand either. What I ended up having to do was looking online, and it had I looked online and it had very simple, kind of not so great instructions. And I think it's going to be the same way here. And this feels to be made out of the same material. Yeah, there's the pedal plate. That's a pretty substantial piece of material. I have heard some people saying that there's flex in this. I don't know how that can be possible, but I'll put it through the test once I get my Fanatic pedals on here, my V3 pedals. I just don't see how there could be flex in this, and it mounts at the front and the back, so I don't know what people are talking about, but we'll find out. So I think that's everything. Yeah, that's it. This is kind of an off-the-cuff video. I just wanted to look and see how everything was packaged. So this box was packaged pretty loosely with all the small parts, but it had a lot of the bubble wrap that you can see back here, so it wasn't bad. This one was packaged more similarly to the way my triple monitor stand was packaged. But the main components here, the stuff that you're really going to worry about getting bashed up and battered when it's traveling from, one country to the next, it's pretty daggone solid, as you can see. I don't even want to take this apart right now until I'm actually ready to put it together, which will probably be tomorrow. But yeah, so I guess this whole crazy video was just for me to kind of let you know whether or not their packaging is better, and I would say it is. They're definitely doing a much better job with packaging. So that is good to know. So if you were worried about it like I was, I'd say go ahead and pick one up. Looks like their packaging is much safer and will get to you in a much better condition. The part will. So yeah, as always, guys, I appreciate you watching. I hope this was somewhat helpful. Again, apologize for my craziness today because I'm not feeling that good. Matter of fact, I'm hot right now. I'm sweating. But yeah, so I'm probably going to get the stuff tidied up back in the boxes, and then tomorrow I am going to put it together, and I will let you guys know what I think once I get it together. So as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button. Remember to subscribe if you are not subscribed, and as always, I appreciate it. We'll see you later.